So this is my 2002 GMC Sierra in the shop. I've got a fuel leak somewhere. Actually, I know where it is. It's underneath the driver's side door. Whenever I drive this thing, it smells like gas.
I smell gas. Do you smell gas, Andy?
I smell gas.
I smell gas.
I smell gas.
Of course you smell gas. What do you think this car runs on, coal?
From where I'm standing, about 10 feet away, yeah, I can smell it pretty bad. So we've got ourselves a pretty decent leak. We're gonna locate it, and we're gonna try to repair it. Stay tuned. Okay, we're underneath the truck. Gas tank is right here. We've got our evap canister right here, fuel filter right here. Then we got our cross member for our torsion bars, transfer case, front of the vehicle. So you can see how rusty these fuel lines are, and you can see how wet the fuel lines are. So one of these two lines is the culprit. I don't believe it's the fuel filter. You can see I've had a problem with the fuel filter before. I use a compression fitting and it has worked wonderfully, even up to here. So we just need to figure out where this leak is coming from. So I pulled these fuel lines off of my 99 Silverado that I'm going to be junking soon. They're a little bit corroded as well. It's actually in much better shape, surprisingly. I didn't call that truck Silver Rusto for nothing. So I don't think I'm going to be using the entirety of the fuel lines. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to cut, so I'm going to compare these lines to what I have in the Sierra and just go from there. I suppose the first thing I'll do is pop these lines out of their brackets. We've got a few of them here to disconnect. That'll give us some movement in and out, and I'll figure out where I'm going to cut these. Okay, so I think I found my problem. It's getting this line out of the bracket over here. You can see I can move this side, and this side does not move. That's because it is completely rusted in half, and that'll do it every time. And just move this one out of the bracket, and that one's leaking too. So I got two completely rusted fuel lines. Fantastic. All right, I used my pipe cutting tool. I don't know where I've got it sitting, but anyway, I cut the fuel line right here with my pipe cutting tool. Let's see how bad that rusted out. Pretty sickening. And then there's the connection there. I guess I'll go ahead and cut this one off right here and just splice in that whole brand new line with one compression fitting. I could cut right here, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm actually going to cut way out here. Give myself a little bit of wiggle room. I like to be just a little bit too long than too short. You know, measure once, cut twice, or cut twice, measure once, however it goes. This is my pipe cutting tool. Just stick it on the pipe right there, a couple of rollers right there. And then this dial tightens the blade. Turn it in to where it's just kind of biting into the pipe just a little bit. Give it a turn. Twist the knob, give it a turn. And just keep repeating this because that blade will keep digging further and further into the pipe. I don't want to really mash on it, but just enough where you can feel there's some resistance, and it's definitely cutting. Keep twisting, keep spinning. And it goes without saying that I really need to be extra careful around the fuel, the vapors, and the fuel is extremely flammable. Need to be cognizant of that. Okay. We got ourselves a cut. Now I'm going to get my compression fitting. I'm just going to wipe this in real good. This is the compression fitting. You can see the nut and the bushing on the inside. So we're going to put the nut on first, then the bushing, and then the fitting. This bushing is going to crush as you tighten down the nut, and it's going to compress this pipe to the union here, create the seal to keep that from leaking. I've got the pipe pushed all the way into the fitting, pressing up against the center of this at all times. Okay, I'm gonna get my wrenches on here. I'm gonna start tightening this down. I'm gonna tighten this pretty tight. I want that bushing in there to crush down, create a good seal. These are brass compression fittings, so you can cross thread these pretty bad because it's a pretty soft metal. I just need to be careful of that. So that's on there. It is not coming off. And hopefully it won't leak. So this line is actively peeing gas. So I'm going to cut this line and get it replaced very quickly because I don't really want to lose any more gas. Okay, I'm going to have to hurry up and cut this. The gas is leaking so bad, I believe it's siphoning out of the tank. Cut this and get it back on the truck as quickly as possible, all the while trying not to mess up. I sure hope there aren't any sparks. There are enough fumes in here to send this garage to the next county. Again, I'm going to cut it long, so I'll give myself some wiggle room. All right, let's get this back on the truck as quick as possible. Got my wrenches and my compression bit. So I'm just laying in a puddle of gas. But I've got the one that was basically siphoning the gas out of the tank. Got it finally put back together, so we're no longer leaking. Thank the Lord for that. So now we're going to get the one that goes into that hose right there and get it connected to the end of this one. It's a good idea to mark the lines before you cut them so that you know which line goes to which. I didn't do that, but I knew where they were laying and where I cut them. So all right, so let's get this one installed, and then we'll figure out a way to keep them from rubbing on each other and wearing out holes in the future. All right, it's all back together. I'm gonna turn the key, prime the fuel, see if we got any leaks. I hear a leak. Doggone it, I hear a leak. Of course. Okay, I just spent the last, I don't know, hour putting this in. So I took off the one from the Silveresto, brought it over here, hooked it in with the compression fitting. So now hopefully that doesn't leak. All right, let's prime the fuel, see if we spring another leak. Here we go. Well, I'm gonna assume, since I didn't hear anything splattering all over the floor, we stopped our leak. Hallelujah. All right, I'm done. Let's get this truck out of here. Well, with the help of old Silveresto over there, we're able to get the fuel lines fixed on my Sierra. I've put almost 250 miles on this truck since the repair, and I've not had any indication of a fuel leak. There's no stinky gas smell, and crawling under the truck, there's no evidence of dampness or moisture, and again, the smell, completely gone. So I'm glad to say the compression fittings are doing their job, and this job is fixed. couple of quick things of note about this repair. Obviously, I had to be very careful around all of the gasoline that was coming out. And once I got it all captured in the containers, I poured that gasoline into an empty gas can, you know, an approved container. And I've got that set aside for my lawnmower later this year. Another thing I was careful with was the compression fittings. I had to make sure that the tubing was all the way up against the inside of that fitting and tighten it down as hard as I could to create a sufficient seal so we don't have any fuel leaks going forward. I don't think compression fittings are recommended for this type of job, but they've been suitable for me over the years. So far, I've not had any issue with them. Well, I hope you found this video helpful and at the very least entertaining. Check out my channel for all sorts of repairs and some fun vlogs and tool reviews. We have a lot of fun, get work done on this channel. If you're interested in any of the sweet Daninator apparel, check out the links in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. God bless. Be sure and hit that like switch on your way out. We'll see you next time.